Name?
John.
John, how are you, John? How did you hear about us?
He's on the radio.
Oh, on the radio. Okay. So, tell me a little about this watch. Where did you get this pocket watch?
A relative of mine gave it to me years ago.
Mm-hmm. Did they tell you anything about it? Or? Okay.
I was just giving it, I put it away and I was cleaning up.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything else of value, or perhaps stamps, coins, jewelry, watches?
No, I don't collect anything. No.
Okay. So what we have here is a men's medium-sized pocket watch that was made by the company Elgin. This was made circa about 1930. Okay?
Yep.
The first thing we want to do is, now it's missing the glass crystal. Yes. That broke, I guess, over the years, and it's missing the connecting piece that holds onto the fob. It's called the watch fob. Okay, the chain. So you're missing that little piece, the little rim, which is no big deal. And the glass, again, that's a minimal cost to put on the new glass. We have them in stock. We wind it and it doesn't work at all. So now let's first also see, one of the most important things about these watches, to see if it's gold actually. What's the metal, the precious metal? So we're going to unscrew it. Some of them they pop open. This comes over, open very easily.
Pretty easy, yeah.
Now what we have here, let's first look at the back. Now I don't know if you can read that. Can you read those top three words over there?
Oh boy.
Or at least two of the bottom line there. So
Something 20 years.
20 years. Okay.
Yeah, the last line's 20 years.
Right. So it says on the first, it says B&B Royal 20 years. And then underneath that there's a number, a long number there, and if you look very closely, there's another little scribble on the bottom of that has some SH with a name on it. Okay. So this back, everything typically in the engraving is significant to the value and the history of the pocket watch. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when it says B&B, that is the manufacturer that just made the case of the watch. Elgin made the watch, B&B made the case, which is, that time, the manufacturers they specialized in different parts, different areas. Like for example, Cartier, very few Cartiers were made by Cartier. The movements were made by a different company. They sold them in their stores, but they didn't manufacture them. So B&B was a small company that made the cases. Now, by just looking at, it's actually B&B Royal, that's the name of the company. And the 20 years, what does that mean? No idea, right?
No idea, I didn't know it was even there.
So 20 years, what they used to do is with these watches is 20 years tells you the watch is not solid gold. They're gonna say, what does that mean? So what they did is they gold-plated these watches, and 20 years was the guarantee they gave that the gold would stay on the watch. So so when this was purchased, they basically had a guarantee from the case manufacturer, B&B Royal, that for 20 years, we guarantee the gold plating won't come off. Okay. Got it? Yeah. Now this was made in 1930s, so it's almost 100 years later, and the gold is still intact. That's pretty cool, right? 5 times the guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you have the serial number on the bottom of that, and then you have some little engraving, which, I don't know if you can see it at the angle. I mean, there's just something there. You see that little engraving?
Some markings, yeah.
So what that is hand engraved by the watch repairer who fixed this watch. Those were his initials and his markings. So let's just say it was brought to fix in 1950. So he did that repair there. This way, it was his mark that if the customer came back in 2 years, okay? If the customer came back in 2 years and said that, it was under a 1-year warranty and I still want it covered, he can say, wait a second, I fixed it 2 years ago. So if you look in here, you will see